Hi everyone. I thought I would document what's been going on as far as certain child safety concerns when it comes to a certain male celebrity and a young child of about 10 years old. And this incident between them was captured on video. It happened in public at a parade. Multiple people captured this incident, to be clear. And I thought I would talk about what's been going on with the institutions that are supposed to handle this kind of thing, and they're not. They're failing to address it completely from what I see as far as investigating and so forth. And I want to tell you guys what's been going on and more. Here's an update from my earlier video on this as well, because I've been talking about this before. So as far as CPS goes, the police juvenile division had initially referred the person reporting this to CPS, and multiple calls were placed to CPS, and CPS gave these kind of weird answers of saying, oh, well, they need the perpetrator's address, and then, oh no, they actually need the child's address. That's the most important thing. And then, oh, actually the police might be the ones to handle this, when the reality is that the police had referred to CPS. So it was kind of this weird back and forth. And then there was someone from CPS who was receiving these emails. This staffer is named Amy Roden. So the report was made via email to CPS, and Amy Roden responded, and she cited this Missouri law that supposedly states that CPS can only investigate if the alleged abuser had care, custody, or control of the child. In other words, because this perpetrator was not the legal guardian, CPS is saying that they couldn't investigate, supposedly. That's my understanding of what they're saying. This doesn't make any sense to me, because if an adult, especially a public figure, interacts with a child very inappropriately or illegally in public, and that's captured on video especially, CPS is saying their hands are tied if that person isn't the child's legal guardian. Also, when asked how to submit the video and asked about a secure portal, which should be the norm in this situation because this is sensitive video material, it's a child's identity that's exposed if this video gets out, there was none given. And Amy Roden asked for the video to just be sent to her directly via work email, sending this unredacted video of the child victim via normal email. Completely unsecured. That's what she was asking for. That's a privacy risk. There was also another contradiction in what Amy Roden said, because when the CPS hotline was contacted, they had said that if identifying information is provided about the reporter, then that person will receive updates on the case. And Amy Roden was contradicting that. And she said something to the effect of, they can't even confirm whether a call exists under that reporter's name. They can't tell the reporter anything about what's going on with the case. That doesn't make any sense. Let's talk about what happened when a tip was submitted to the cyber tip line about this. A report number was generated. There were then calls placed to follow up on this. Promises that the calls would be returned. The calls had not been returned. There was an email sent out. The email was not returned. So that happened. Complete wall of silence from them so far. And then the police department. Let's get into what happened with the police. So there were multiple attempts to report this to the police. During the last call, the police said that because this wasn't able to be provided in person and they couldn't come out to an address in, Kansas City, or I guess surrounding maybe, they just couldn't take the report. Like, they weren't able to take the video evidence of this remotely, supposedly. That's what they were saying. And there was an email sent to the police. And finally, this sergeant, Holly Brannon, responded, which, first of all, he miscategorized the person who was reporting this as a witness which they had never claimed to be a direct witness of this. Just weird. He was also saying to email the video directly, again, unsecured, unredacted, no case number was given, no intake procedure was given. And then the person reporting this pushed back. He's saying that they can't even do anything without the unredacted file. Like, they can't even take a report on this without the unredacted video. He then offered a secure upload link, which that wasn't even offered before, which is really problematic. Why wouldn't he just offer that in the first place? So the person reporting this asked for a case number, which should be standard in police reporting. And to my knowledge, you make the police report and then they can send you a link or something and they say, hey, can you upload the evidence that you have in support of this report? So it's my understanding, again, is that it's the police take the report and then you send the evidence. If you're not able to just give it to them, like if it's a video or something, you need to upload it. He was saying that the case numbers aren't assigned until evidence reviewed and it's established that a crime was committed. Doesn't make any sense to me. That completely contradicts my past experiences making reports and so forth, where a number is issued first. He also said that the matter wouldn't even be reviewed for at least a week because he's out of town. So they're not even treating this urgently. As far as I know, despite the many reports that have been made about this situation, there's no investigation going on. None. There have been many people contacted within CPS, within the police, within the cyber tip line, etc. No one's doing anything. FBI also haven't reached out or anything. So this whole situation is so frustrating. It just shows these massive roadblocks and institutional failures that are failing these children. None of these people care about your kids, in my opinion. If someone is rich and famous enough, just going to be silenced potentially. People are just going to basically refuse to take their reports, it seems like. This is incredibly problematic. And also, I'll just go on record and say that I'm not suicidal, and I have a lot of very sensitive information about a lot of people and a lot of brands, some of who are involved in this whole situation with this celebrity. They're involved with the celebrity, and if anything happens to me, that information is coming out. I've given it to trusted people and some other safeguards, and it's going to come out if anything happens to me. So I just wanted to make that explicitly clear. And let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. It's horrendous. I wish this was not happening. I wish I was not the bearer of bad news here.